The Mountain Cabin. Snow, snow, everything's white, but you're inside and warm tonight. Tonight, you're in a cabin high in the great old mountains. Oh, it's called a cabin, but it's really more like a little house that looks out over the wide mountainside, which is flat and level here in this mountain meadow. And all around this little cabin lies the snow, clean and white and cold. It lies like a blanket on the mountainside and comes to rest on the outstretched arms of the pine trees. The trees look as though they are wearing white cotton coats until the weight of the snow grows too great, and suddenly, whoosh, a big pile of snow falls from the branches to the ground below. Tomorrow the snow is yours to play in. What will you do? Will you lie down on your back in the snow and wiggle your arms and legs up and down? That leaves a shape in the snow that they call a snow angel, because it looks as though it has wings. That's always fun, but don't get any snow down your neck when you lie down. It's cold. Will you roll snowballs? Pack them together in your gloved hands, and when somebody in your family isn't looking, will you sneak up as close as you can and say, "Yoo-hoo," and when they turn around, will you throw a snowball? Later on, after what I'm sure will be a terrific snowball fight with a lot of laughing and a chase in the snow, maybe you can get together and roll big, big snowballs to make a snowman, and maybe a snow woman, and maybe even a whole family of snow people. Be sure to use carrots for noses and bits of charcoal for eyes, or you can use buttons instead. And you found an old pipe in the cabin that hasn't been used for years. You can stick that out where the snowman's mouth should be. But tonight, I think it's time to go to sleep. Now, here you are inside the cabin. Out there the wind has grown pretty loud. It's whistling and whirling and tapping at the windows, but you're not about to let it in. You're glad for the heavy windows and doors, and that you're safe inside with your family. And now it's bedtime, and you're going into your own special room in the cabin, a room you love. You walk in, and the first thing you see, the thing that grabs your attention right away, is that your room has its very own fireplace. The little flames of orange and red and blue are flickering and skipping across the logs in the fireplace as though they were all happy to see you. And perhaps they are. And oh, you're glad to have this fireplace, because you know how cold and windy the mountain gets at night. But as cold as it is outside, inside, you're warm and safe. Now you get out of your clothes and get ready for bed. No, don't just throw your clothes on the chair. Well, maybe just this once. I know how tired you are. But then you remember the fancy carved wooden dresser you like so much, and you decide to fold up your clothes so you can put them away in the dresser. The outside is carved in all sorts of swirling shapes, and the handles are little red circles that always remind you of berries. Somebody put a sachet into the top drawer. You know, One of those little cloth bags with spices inside to keep the drawer smelling good? You always like to pick it up and smell that scent just before you close the drawer again. Okay, now everything's put away and you're dressed for bed. You go over to the bed and look at the lamp table next to it. What's this? Next to the lamp on the table, somebody has left you something wonderful. It's a cup of hot chocolate, and floating like clouds on the top are two big, fluffy marshmallows, white as the snow outdoors. Tomorrow, you're going to have to find out who left this here for you. But tonight, there's no time to waste. You'd better drink that hot chocolate and gobble down those marshmallows. Go ahead. I'll wait for you for a moment. Oh, that's sweet. And that's warm and fine. It makes you kind of sleepy. So you get into bed and you cuddle up under the comforter with all the pictures sewn on it. It's so beautiful, with patterns showing the mountain itself and the little cabin and deer grazing among the trees. Someone took a lot of time to make this just for you. Now you look at your favorite picture, the one in which a bird is flying while down below a fish is leaping between two waves. You always look at this picture last, before turning out your lamp at night. You fluff up your pillows once more and burrow down even deeper under the comforter. Then you reach out and turn off the light. The sheets on the bed are clean and fresh, but they're not cold, even though it is a winter's night. I think some nice person warmed them up by the fire before putting them onto the bed. It's so nice here, and you lie still and listen to the night sounds. What do you hear? First, of course, you hear the crackling of the wood fire as the flames hop about, and that's the coziest sound there is on a cold night. Outside, you can hear the wind singing around the house, but you're safe inside, and you don't mind. You'd stick your tongue out at that wind if you thought it would see. And what's that little crunching sound outside? Oh, yes, that's some snow sliding down the roof and down to the ground. You lie here for a while, and you close your eyes, and then you hear bells. Bells! Someone has a horse-drawn sleigh up here on the mountainside and is going for a ride on this clear night. You'd love to be out in that sleigh, and tomorrow you'll find out which of the neighbors it belongs to, so you can whisk along over the smooth, white snow. But for right now, this is just where you want to be. And now, as you are getting so sleepy, you know who comes in to make sure you're all right and to kiss you good night. Then, with a light from the fireplace dancing behind your closed eyelids, you feel yourself drifting like the snow that drifts slowly down from the sky upon the side of your mountain, and, like the snow, you melt off to dream the night away. Tomorrow will be filled with joy, and tonight you dream sweet dreams.